Hello, nieces, nephews, and nibblings. My name is Ayanda. Welcome to my YouTube channel. You can call me Rich Auntie, rich with advices. I don't have money. So I have this video for you today to give you some advices on how to survive your first year in university. Before I give you the 10 tips on how to have a successful first year in university, I like to say if you do not pass your matric or you did not pass it to your satisfaction, I'd highly encourage you to go back to high school. There's also the option to go to college to upgrade, but it's a bit expensive. I prefer the option of just going back to school in totality and just beginning from the start and just doing what you need to do and then eventually passing in that way. If you're having difficulty going back to school, or if your school is not allowing you to come back for whatever reason, just hit me up, let me know what circuit you're in, and I'll try to see if we can mitigate those issues. We'll try to find you a school elsewhere, or we'll try to see if your previous school cannot take you back, because I don't want not an opportunity. I don't want a situation where any of you are sitting at home hopeless and are feeling like you've hit a wall. For the most part, the wall is just really small issues that can always be addressed, and I personally believe that no child should be denied entry to school. So if you are trying to get back into high school and are unable to go back to high school, just let me know, and then I'll try to see how we can solve the situation, because I want all of you to go to school. I want all of you to not feel like you're stuck. To those of you that have passed matric, especially the class of 2022, I'm so proud of you. You have made me so proud. Limpopo has made me so proud. The improvement in the percentage has just been so encouraging to me, and I have faith in the quality of learners that South Africa is producing going forward. And yeah, I'm very happy for you. I was actually at the result announcement just a few weeks ago, and just seeing the parents proud of the work that you've put in, seeing how proud you were as well for the work that you've put in, I couldn't be more proud. I'd like to say congratulations, and I'm wishing you the best going forward. Tip number 1, attend orientation. All universities should have an orientation week. If you're not sure if there should be an orientation week as you register, just ask the ladies at the counter, hey, when is orientation week? But they're bound to tell you as well. Sometimes the university also just sends SMSs or emails to let you know that from this day to that day we're going to be having orientation here and there. What an orientation week is, or an orientation day, is basically a map to the campus. They let you know of all the facilities available at campus. They introduce you to the people that are going to assist you around the campus, and it's just basically a how-to guide to university, how to find the toilet, how to find the library, how to go where, and how to find whatever. So the first tip is just to attend that thing. It's going to save you a lot of trouble, especially for people that don't like speaking to strangers. I would encourage you, just take your notepad, go to orientation, write all the information that you need to write down, and it's going to save you a lot. Tip number 2, familiarize yourself with student leaders. You don't have to form part of any political structure, but it would be to your advantage to make sure that you know them, you have their numbers, or you even know where their offices are. This is going to help you in the long run, because you're bound to come up with some issues that you don't understand on campus. Sometimes you have funding issues as well, or maybe accommodation issues. It will be to your advantage to make sure that you know those people, you know you can text them, or you're even in the WhatsApp groups that they have, or the Facebook groups that they have for the campus. In that way, information arrives to you quickly. If campus is shut down, you know to not go on campus. If there's violence on campus, you know that there's violence on campus, because you'd be updated. So the best tip that I can give you after going to orientation week is to make sure that you know the people that can help you best on campus, and that is usually your student leaders. Tip number 3, make sure that you read the university code of conduct. You don't need to read it in a way that it ends up haunting you and you can't even sleep, because you're just thinking of all these rules and all these clauses that you must keep in mind. But just make sure that you know enough not to get into trouble. Just know when to toe the line, especially with things such as plagiarism. Very small things that you may not even be aware of as a new university student, but things that can be so big when you're caught in them that they can get you expelled. So you need to understand the university's code of conduct about what constitutes plagiarism, because I believe this is like one of the things that gets, one of the top things that get university students expelled from university is probably plagiarism and violence. But I don't believe most of you are violent. So I'm going to think you are most likely going to get caught for plagiarism. So just make sure that you understand what plagiarism is, how do you apply your sources to your work, and how do you make sure that you submit work that is ethically proven. Tip number 4, be in contact with your professors. Now, I'm not saying you should be texting them at odd hours of the night and calling them just to wish them a happy new year or a Merry Christmas. No. Don't over familiarize yourself, but just be in contact enough for them to know that you are dedicated to your studies. You know, when you are meeting a problem, just text the professor quickly, ask for help. When you're not understanding how they arrived at a certain solution or how they arrived at a certain mark, just email them, let them know that you're confused, and most professors appreciate that and are more than willing to assist with extra material for your work. So I would highly encourage that you be in contact with your lecturers. Tip number 5, and you're probably gonna roll your eyes and be like, duh, but listen to me. Tip number 5, go to class. You need to go to class. I know the hours are gonna look tempting and all of those things, and you know the timetable is just not gonna make sense. Sometimes your class is gonna be at 8 a.m. and another one is gonna be at 4 p.m. and you're gonna be thinking, do I go back to my room to nap, or do I go? You know, don't even allow yourself to do that. Attend all your classes, especially for the students that know that they're not self-funding. You need to attend your classes. Some bursaries can actually penalize you for not attending all your classes. But I also don't want you to look at it as someone threatening you to go to class. I just really encourage you to go to class because it's going to prepare you for all your work that you need to do. If you don't go to class, you're going to miss out on a lot and you're going to need to catch up on a lot. So to make sure that you're on schedule with your academics, just go to class, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna save you a lot of problems. Go to class. In fact, save this video, this part where I'm like, go to class. Like, make it an alarm. Like, if you can't wake up, let's do it again. Go to class! Okay, that was violent. But please, play it when you don't want to go to class. I swear it's gonna work. Tip number 6, and this is, if it were up to me, this would be the number 1 rule for university. Tip number 6, remember that you don't have time. I promise you, there is no time in university. In fact, look at it this way. Once you start thinking, oh my God, I can finally breathe. Test week is only beginning in 2 weeks. I have time. I love uni. Stop. You know what? You see what I just did? Look. I love uni. Why do I have time? Ask yourself, why do you have time as a university student? I'm saving your life here. Once you realize you don't have time, you're going to realize you really don't have time. Because once you start thinking, oh my God, I have time. Next thing you know, it's test week. You have 7 tests in 1 week, you have assignments, and you have classes all in 1 week. On top of that, you still need to study. And I'm telling you, it's witchcraft. I don't know how they do it, but every time they make you think you have time, it's just in preparation to overwhelm you. So in order to mitigate that situation, make sure that whenever you think you have time, give yourself work. Just do the stuff that you know you should be doing so that by the time the university witches come and plan something that's going to make you study all night long for 7 days straight, they find you prepared. Just study for your exams or your tests, write your assignments. When people are chilling and they're like, no, let's chill. Test week is still 3 weeks away. Don't chill. I promise you, it's going to reduce so much anxiety from you. It's going to just make universities of somewhat a breeze. It's not a breeze, but once you start to learn to control your own time, that's when you're going to be able to do all of your work. Otherwise, you're just going to be overwhelmed. You're going to be studying while crying. And I'm telling you, I've done it. Many other people have done it where you're literally sobbing on the book, but you can't stop. You can't even put away time for 30 minutes to just sob. Or you can, but while you're sobbing, you're also guilt-ridden because you know you should be studying and now you're crying. So what do? You study while crying. And I'm not even trying to scare you, but that's what happens when you have poor time management skills. I've seen it with myself. I've seen it with my friends. I've seen it with people online. It really sucks. Also, let me give you a tip. There is this study with me videos on YouTube. I've discovered them maybe 2 years ago. They are a miracle. Like, this person just goes on live for 2 hours and you start with them for 50 minutes. You take 10-minute breaks. It works like a charm. I highly encourage that you do it that way. Even when you don't have a test, just make sure that you revise your work in time with those people online. There are also many numerous online platforms where you can start with people without even having to speak to them, having to greet them. You just go there, you get live, you do your work, you finish it. I promise you it's going to save a lot of time. I promise. Tip number 7, get to know yourself. I'm telling you, if you thought you knew peer pressure, you are about to meet another level of peer pressure. It's a totally different level. Like, mind-blowing levels of peer pressure. And the confusing part, the part where it gets you, is that no one is actually being like, oh my god, smoke this or do that. No, you just see people living a sort of lifestyle and you feel left out because you don't live it, and then you just join them. That's the power of the peer pressure in university. People don't need to force you to smoke. They don't need to tell you to dress a certain way, but you're going to notice in your class, everyone is wearing a Nike Air Forces and you don't have Air Forces. And then you start thinking, oh my God, my aesthetics don't fit this environment. Even when you don't like Nike, for an example, maybe you're an Adidas girl, but you start feeling, oh my God, I should change my style. I encourage you to not be that sort of a person. Get into things because you like them. Try to figure out the things that you like, the things that you want to be involved in. Don't do things just because the majority of people are doing them, because you're going to end up getting into situations that you also cannot sustain. Also, financially wise, it's not a wise decision to want to do everything that other people are doing. And by the way, let me tell you, it's a standard that a standard you're setting for yourself that you also cannot meet. A lot is happening in university. Some people are in first years and are driving Lamborghinis. Do you understand? The levels are different. So you need to arrive to a place where you know what your level is and be comfortable with that level. Because really, you cannot win them all. You're already in university. That's already a win. Just focus on the things that will be fulfilling you and will be making you happy at that particular time. Forget about the noise. No one cares about the shoes that you're wearing. It's fine. You don't think they match the aesthetic, but you are there. You match the aesthetic of the university. The fact that you are admitted into that university means you match the aesthetic of that university. So I highly encourage you to know yourself, know the sort of life that you're trying to live, and avoid a lot of problems. Tip number 8, do not be afraid to ask. And this is to anyone, your professors, your classmates, the security on campus. If you don't understand anything, just ask. I'm telling you, it's going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to relieve you of the burden of having to wonder if you're going to receive help. So just ask, you're going to receive help, I promise. Tip number 10, always leave when you're uncomfortable. Now, for many Black South Africans, when you pass matric, there's this pressure to go to university. Even if it's for a course that you don't like, the fact that you are in university is a win. Go. And you may figure out somewhere in the middle of your course, even in the beginning, that, oh my God, I really hate this place, or I really hate this course. I'm telling you now, it is okay to change courses. It is okay to leave. It's going to save you a lot of mental health issues. There's a lot of people that have done courses that they did not like. They've continued to fail, or are now working jobs that they don't even like because they had to do it for the sake of getting that admission. I don't want that for you, and I'm telling you now, you can always leave, whether it's the course, whether it's the university, or it's a social cycle. If you are in a social cycle, or you're at a party and people are starting to pull out some white powders, you can always leave. Just know when to leave. Once you start getting uncomfortable and you feel like everything is too much, leave, find help, ask for help, ask for tips. You know, there's counselors on campus, there's clinics on campus. You can see therapists that are gonna let you know, okay, I agree with you, maybe this is not the right path for you, and you take some time out and then you figure out exactly what it is that you'd be wanting. Yes, so those are your tips from your fake rich auntie. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited for you guys. You don't have any idea. I'm absolutely chuffed for you and the experiences that you're going to have, and I cannot wait to see how your lives turn out. Don't forget to let me know. Oh my goodness, let me just say, your marks, you guys. You know what? I like that you're showing me your marks. You're like, oh my God, auntie, I passed. Oh my God, auntie. But do you have to show me marks that are better than mine? Like, I'm your elder and you passed better than me, and you have the audacity to be, auntie. I'm kidding. Auntie is not violent. So proud of you. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.